GSL.
Welcome back to the GSL Code S. I am Romeo, and with me is Artosis. And we're going to go to our two special guests, actually.
Who could they be? Who is it?
I bet it's Brad Pitt.
Oh, that's a good bet. I bet it is Brad Pitt.
Maybe Johnny Depp.
What if it's
But I
both?
really want it to be Brad Pitt.
Okay. Let's see.
It is.
Oh, it's even better!
Oh my God!
I
guess we should have guessed that instead.
It's Ro16 in the Boston! 먼저 고석현 선수, 안녕하세요. 네, 저희 스튜디오에 2년 만에 찾아주셨습니다. 아주 팬분들께서 기뻐하실 것 같은데 인사 부탁드릴게요.
2년 만에
Do you have anything you want to say to your fans?
응원을 왔는데 좀 관람경. 네, 이렇게 또 인터뷰를
Says I came here to support my good friend.
하게 됐는데
I actually didn't know that I was going to be interviewed today. We kind of sprung that on.
뛰고 싶고 올라와서 다음 시즌은 좋은 성적을 내고 싶어요.
네, GSL의 역사를 또 함께 하신 분이라고
But after I watched the games here in the GSL, it really motivated me a lot. I want to be in the GSL Code S as well.
자, 그리고 16강 진출을 이루고
Judy says, thank you so much for agreeing to do the interview with us.
오늘 어쩐 일로 이렇게 또 고석현 선수가 오신 건가요?
저희 그
MC,
독일에서
what brought you to the studio today?
선수들이랑 매니저 형이 한국에 오셔가지고 그래서 이제 오늘 병현이 경기도 있고 해서
all the players who
먹으려고 왔는데
live together and play together.
병현이가 벌써 떨어져가지고
we all live together and play together back in Germany. Excuse me. So he's down here to support his good friend Yoda.
응원을 오셨었군요.
And he wanted to bring him to dinner
after
the matches, but I guess it's probably going to be a sad dinner.
일단
Judy says, I heard some good news about you. Do you want to share anything?
다음 16강 경기부터
yes, I found a new nest.
입고 경기를 할 텐데
네.
So I'll be wearing a new uniform
이름이 어떻게 되나요?
in the round of 16 matches. She said, what's the name of the new team?
정말 축하드립니다.
I'm sorry,
오늘 이렇게
I have
오랜만에
to check with the PD. Did I say that correctly?
찾아와 주시고 많은 분들이 기뻐하실 것 같은데요. 오늘 또 적으로서 또 승자전 보셨잖아요. 어떠셨어요?
So Hyun, there's a lot of fans that are really happy to see you here.
우승자
We got some great ZvT
WCS
matches. So as a Zerg player, do you have anything to say about these matches?
두 명의 저그 우승자들이 이제 붙었는데 너무나 경기력이 좋아가지고 저도 좀 보고 감동하고
when you got two
많이
former
배운 것 같아요.
champions and such amazing performance today. I was just blown away by everything I saw today. It was a real treat.
다음 이 시즌 예선에서 뵐 수 있는 거겠죠?
네, 최선을 다해볼게요.
Judy says we would love to see you in the GSL Code S. Please go through the preliminaries.
최병현 선수가 오늘 열심히 했지만 아쉬운 결과가 나왔습니다. 오늘 응원 오신 만큼 최병현 선수에게 한마디씩 또 메시지 부탁드리겠습니다. 먼저 장민철 선수.
Any words you want to say to Yoda, even though he's eliminated today?
힘내고 어리니까 다음 기회가 있을 거야.
He said, cheer up.
장민철 선수 응원했고 들어주시면 좋겠는데요. 고석현 선수도 메시지 남겨주시죠.
병현이가 저보다 나은 것 같아요. 다음 시즌에는 병현이는 예선을 안 나가거든요.
He said, I think Yoda's actually a better player than I am.
저보다 나으니까 괜찮을 거예요.
나를 보면서 희망을 가져라. 자, 최병현 선수와 오늘 행복한 시간 보내셨으면 하는 바람이고요. 오늘 다시 한번 인터뷰 고맙습니다.
Well, have a great dinner with Yoda. Thank you guys so much for coming down to the studio.
자, 이렇게 오늘 오랜만에 GSL 스튜디오를 찾아주신 고석현 선수와 또 16강전을 준비하고 계신 장민철 선수를 함께
만나봤고요.
Always good to hear from them.
I do have a quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's theory craft this a little bit.
Go for it.
Now, Hyun technically won. I mean, well, he got second place in a GSL Code S. But since the guy who beat him, right, Sniper, beat him if you call it the Forgotten.
Oh, yeah. The Forgotten.
Sniper ceased to exist, and all memories of him were erased from all humans. So does that mean Hyun's actually GSL champion?
Could be.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Could be. Sniper is the most forgotten.
Yeah. He's so forgotten that I remember him again.
Well, it's funny because, you know, we do cast so many different players, you know, all over the place. But, yeah, I don't know. Sniper, like, did it, then I don't even know.
You know what I want to... You know Ken's uppercut?
Yeah.
I want to just, like, dig down deep and low with my fist and go, patch, zerg, and just fly through the ceiling with a flaming uppercut.
Knock off the stage's ceiling.
Patch, zerg, and in my wake, there's just infested Terrans everywhere. Well,
Our map lineup's going to be merry-go-round, dead wing, not dead ring, and Foxtrot Labs.
All right, cool. Well, this is actually going to be a pretty interesting one because TY got a lead on Foxtrot before. Of course, dead wing, we see a lot of mech on that map. And merry-go-round to start. You know, this is a map where the fourth base can be pretty hard for a Zerg to take, but Soulkey is a resilient Zerg, if there ever was one.
Let's see what happens. Can't ask for a really better match than this. TY against Soulkey. The winner goes on to the round of 8, and the loser is out of the GSL Code S. In the bottom center in the red, he is
KT roster TY.
In the upper left, in the blue, he is
TCM Soulkey.
Artosis.
Yo.
Let's talk about famous romance stories since it's Valentine's Day. How stupid was Romeo and Juliet?
I mean, they were star-crossed lovers, man. You can't blame it on them. Their families fought and stuff.
All right, how about Titanic, man?
That.
Do you think she went a little bit too far, falling in love with that guy and never remarrying and throwing her necklace into the ocean?
Well, we don't know that's why she never remarried. In fact, she did remarry because she had like grandchildren and stuff. So she married someone else.
I thought she never remarried.
No, what?
I don't think. No, I think she didn't remarry. Somebody,
Who are those grandchildren? How did that happen?
Maybe they're her like sister's grandchildren.
Her sister wasn't on the boat with her.
Her sister wasn't. How do we? What if we just?
Because we watched them. Oh yeah, her sister's on the boat. They never talked. She lived. Okay.
No, I said she wasn't on the boat.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm like. No, she wasn't. That's why I'm saying it.
Let's talk about the fact that Leonardo could have just, I don't know what the actual character's name, but Leo could have actually gotten on that piece of driftwood and not died.
No, it would have gone underwater.
No, what? It was surrounded by wood, man, the driftwood. I don't know if it's called driftwood. It's like ship stuff, you know.
It's more romantic to die.
It is.
You just don't even know how to charm people tasteless. Artosis dies there every time. People love Artosis. Learn from me.
Artosis, will you draw me?
I am so bad at drawing.
I know. I just want an excuse to get naked. It's like all it is, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. That would have been hilarious if in that scene, you're like, can I draw you? And she's like, okay. And she strips down, and then it's like it's like a stick man, and he shows it to her. She's like, oh my god, I've been duped.
You know, a fun fact about Tasteless people don't know. Big fan of Danielle Steele.
Who's Danielle Steele?
Danielle Steele. Danielle Steele.
Danielle Steele. Who's that?
She's one of your favorite authors.
Oh, my
don't
bad.
Pretend. Don't pretend you don't know who that is.
I really don't know who that is. I don't know.
It's the woman that writes all of the romance novels that our mothers read.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. I didn't know I was a fan until you told me that. What is the best romance story you've ever heard while we wait for this game to pick up?
I would say it was Your and My Story.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's a story of true love.
Well, I was talking about the Taylor Swift song.
Oh, my bad. Okay. That too. That too.
My song is The Sound of Screen Doors, staying up late, whispering on the phone, something about cracking the window.
Well,
something real soft because the mama can't know.
Yeah. That's the story of Artosis right there.
Something that makes me laugh.
You
should have done something, but
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can't quite remember.
Oh, we have a problem, guys. TY apparently never put his headset on. Oh, this is like a... he got a yellow card.
Wow.
Whoa, that's... I don't think that's ever happened in a cast here.
No, I've never even noticed that before.
Yeah, it was so dark that nobody... just to clarify, he actually asked to have the lights turned off in the booth because he said the light was irritating his eyes. So he had that off, and then he's in the dark, and he didn't have his headset on.
I'm sure it was just a.
I'm sure. Look,
mistake.
I mean, the adrenaline's gone. You know what I mean? You get in the booth, you already have in-game sounds. You're probably just like, okay.
The only time you wear those is in the booth. You don't wear them in the
you don't have this giant head clamp on
but
that
I
blocks
do wanna,
out sound when you're just at home.
It's very interesting, though, watching how different leagues deal with different things. I dare say if this was, like, if GOM was Kespa-based, he may have gotten possibly a game loss for that.
Probably
I'm not sure, but
probably
could have been.
So, Hellion's poking up now. And this game's going to normalize. I wonder who noticed that, actually, first. That's interesting. Because we actually had a little shot of him on camera. I didn't notice.
I don't know. But, I'm quite sure he didn't mean anything by it. You're not a pro gamer for like 8 years and then trying to cheat right now on TV.
I just won't put the headset on.
Yeah. I got him.
No, never notice. No, there's no reason to do that. Anyways, there was actually like a minor panic moment in the studio when we all noticed that. So, this is looking like it's going to be pretty good TVZ. We do have Soulkey going for a bunch of roaches here.
Yeah, he definitely likes to mix that in, man.
Yeah. I'd say more than most players, actually.
Soulkey is at his best when he's in a metagame where he can mix in roaches, to be honest.
Well said, well said.
It's where he's seen most of his success, and so far tonight, it's been pretty successful for him. Overlord going to get some really great scouting intel, seeing double eBay and triple CC, so this may force a plume of roaches larger than what may have been planned previously.
Sure.
Just because that is such a greedy opening, there's definitely the possibility that you can do a lot of damage.
Not even a bunker there, I believe, so...
Okay, where does... Oh, okay, he's blocking the third with the... Yeah. It's like, where is he building this eBay? That's not the best place to upgrade, I don't think.
You guys, just so you know, never make your eBay there. It's not a good place to upgrade from.
Your upgrade generally won't finish.
Yeah.
I actually was watching this game, I think it was last year at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
In WCS America, where... God, why can't I think of his name right now? I really like this kid, too. He's a very good Terran.
This happens sometimes.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Too long. Well.
Anyways, roaches are coming. Oh, my God.
The roaches are marching forward. The second bunker is almost finishing. Notice he cupped the Marauders in the back a little bit to try to see if he could bait him into coming forward.
Yeah, he should be fine here. But with speed, the roaches can basically get away anyways if he does poke. Little containment outside. I think that's going to be basically it for roaches for him, even though he even got +1 ranged attack. The thing is about this, like those roaches, they didn't do anything right now. The third base is a little bit later because of them. And especially the worrying part is the fact that his Zergling upgrades are going to be very, very late in comparison to the 1/1 of TY. So that's kind of a...
Wrecked.
It's kind of a kick in the butt right there.
Kick in the tushy.
Yeah, these guys are really going to have to do some work for him. And roaches can mix in very well with Lingbane Muta, for sure. They're a nice tanky unit to mix in there to help out, especially when they have the speed upgrade. So we'll see what he can get done with them.
Okay, well, not too much happening so far in this game. We're seeing Zerg wrap up the mid-game army comp here, you know. Whatever variety of ground units that is, and then you mix the mutas in there, and that's basically the tools that Zerg use to control the game and ultimately win the game if they do it effectively enough.
Well, right now the mutas are flying out. See if he can get some damage done with that. That third command center going down. Does scout those mutas coming out. Already basically knew that anyways. I would say right now is not the time for a real push with Bio. Absolutely not. Like, clearing creep is fine, but if he goes too far, it's a little bit scary.
All right, here comes Soulkey now. Now, this is a good number of Marauders here, and there's not really any lings with this. So he's going to get a good positioning actually on that Widow Mine. Whoop! You might want to try to slam that. The Banelings are actually going to connect with the Marauders, it looks like.
It did turn out to work pretty darn well with that many Marauders mixed in.
I guess, though, even without a favorable setup to engage here, he still is going to win this.
But, oh, God. I think this was still really great for TY, though.
Yeah, definitely not a great trade here for Soulkey.
Even picked off mutas, got most of the roaches, still has those Widow Mines there. Oh my god. Another muta does go down.
Yeah, he's going to have to get rid of those Widow Mines there. I think the question is, can Soulkey actually counterattack and try to get the Terran's third? So far, it's going
Baneling speed is... I mean, when Baneling speed is up, you can do a lot of different stuff with Baneling speed. So, I guess there's potential there, but nice little wall being made by TY. He's on the defensive at the moment. Lots of Widow Mines mixed in here. And if you look at the actual army that Soulkey has right now, it doesn't look like something that he can really do maximum damage with right now.
Well, the fourth base is what he's going to take here. Now, if Terran doesn't make enough presence on the map here, it's going to be very easy for Zerg to continue to expand the way this map's shaped. The upper right, I mean, Zerg can just keep taking bases up there, and it's actually harder for Terran to hit that than it is for the Terran to even hit, you know, the expansions that are already here. And so you can see Soulkey's now just getting control of the rest of the map around here. It's 156 supply to 140. Really no reason for either player to engage each other just yet, but that'll be coming very shortly here as we're going to be seeing these two sides both max out.
Well, you know, as they do hit that, I'm really afraid for Soulkey this game. I don't like the slowness of his upgrades. Look at this 2-2 finishing up, and only +2 carapace for Soulkey. You know, he's taking his fourth, but that's where it is, so we can watch TY kind of attack up the center. I guess Soulkey can do like a counterattack around this side with like Speedlings and Banes and Mutas.
That's not a bad idea on this map, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's how you have to.
Oh my god.
That was pretty awesome. But like, I think that's really his one chance here is to do those counterattacks like that. But even right there, it's already been thwarted kind of hard, so he needs to get something moving pretty quickly here, or this fourth base is never even going to work.
Well, so far the counterattacking not really working. We do have TY pushing out, by the way.
Looks like he wants to go towards this fourth.
I don't know if he's going to be able to get this or not. It's tough to say. It's a pretty small army, but if he gets the hatch, I mean, that's basically enough, you know?
Yeah, I think best he can hope for is being pretty cost efficient here with those Widow Mines. We'll see if that's going to be the case. And the Widow Mines, yeah, they don't really go off that well, to be honest. And an easy cleanup by Soulkey here.
Second push is on the way here. So far, Terran does have a supply lead, mind you.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's normally the other way around.
A good 25 army supply up on his opponent. A really good, healthy amount of medevacs. Better upgrades as well. But it's a strong Mutalist count right now. He does have that Baneling speed. He does have a good drone count. So if he can take another good couple engagements, he'll be fine. Can't really afford to get behind in even one engagement, though.
Okay.
If TY has one nice engagement, I think that's going to be basically it.
I think you're basically right, especially if that engagement ends with the Mutas dying.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, well, this is just going to be very easy, especially with TY's micro. It'll just be like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, can't quite break through there right now, especially with the fact that he has such vision with that watchtower. Nice little drop coming out over here. Looks like Soulkey is trying to set up some sort of static D there, because he does realize the issue with exactly what's going on right now. And static D helps out a lot against that. Slows down the Terran quite a bit, makes it more annoying for them to hit. It's not going to stop them, but slowing them down is sometimes enough.
Nice micro there, getting that Thor back and keeping the medevac alive. Well, I got to say, TY's actually doing a pretty damn good job with this push up here.
Yeah, but Soulkey's running around pretty reasonably right now.
Oh my god, he's just got a counterattack.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to go in, but I guess you can do that.
Yeah, he has a few Banelings in here. He has a lot of Mutas. Definitely can get some damage done. Those Mutas will get out of there.
Drop over here. Okay, now, we're going to have to really reevaluate this whole game after this attack, because this has gotten a little bit weird. The drop is done over there, the one that Soulkey was being hit by. The Mutas are still out here, though. This is nice.
That's really nice.
So good.
This is where it started to pay off a little bit more.
He's still getting SCVs.
Yeah, he certainly is. And on top of that, he's just bought so much time for his fourth base. We do have the fourth being taken by Ty, though, so this is actually very nice for him. Looks like we are going to get rid of this bunker. Continue to clear up a little bit. Baneling's coming down. Only going to hit a few Marines. But the Mutas,
this is all he needs to do. If he keeps the Mutas in here, he hits the main, the Terran, the Marines pull back. He could eventually make a bunch of banelings and just go in and, oh my god, we didn't know that was happening the whole time. He could eventually make a bunch of banelings and actually just smash the third base.
Yeah. Now, hopefully that 5th base, we don't see Soulkey continue to lose drones to those Widow Mines as they reload over and over, but right now he's doing a fantastic job. He's got the 5 bases, he's hitting these bases all the time. TY doesn't even know what he's doing. Look, he walks to the center of the map and now is walking back. Like, we don't really see a perfect plan here from TY on how to fight back. Oh.
Well, they are going to go ahead and pick up and back out. TY, yeah, I think you nailed it on the head, Artos. It seems like he doesn't really have a plan, so to speak. It's sort of, he's trying to handle this as well as he can, but Soulkey, I think, has handled this pretty well. Although TY's harass has been pretty effective, actually. Back and forth game, though.
Yeah, like the Widow Mine move from TY, very nice. Still trying to get around with his drops a little bit. He did hit the 4th again. It didn't really do that much, but you know, it at least got Soulkey off his back for a little bit. And he does have 4 bases, so as long as he's not down by 2 bases, he still definitely has a fighting chance here. And as we look at the supply, he's definitely got a better army. Part of that thanks to the fact he's lost a lot of SCVs.
Yeah, it's true.
That happens a lot. You kill off a lot of Terran SCVs, you're like, oh, screw it, I'll just make more
my god,
army.
he gets that hatchery.
Wow, very nice.
Now, remember, there weren't a lot of drones mining at the bottom left one either.
No,
so TY's starting to go to work on him here.
And there's not a big bank for Soulkey either. At this point, it's starting to really look like TY has come ahead again, but it's a lot of banelings. We definitely could see a nice army kill here by Soulkey.
And the push is continuing to go forward. I think this may be the breaking point. He has to stop this army specifically. Yeah. Oh, is he going to drop this in there? Oh! That was so good. That was so good. I love it.
Yeah.
Drop the Thor right on the banelings.
The amount of banes that hit that. Like,
whoa.
He was on attack move, and TY's like, I wonder if he's on attack move. Yes, he was on attack move.
Someone go in there and unplug Soulkey's computer. We have to let him into the round of 8 now. That was just too sick, man.
It was quite nice. If he hadn't hit that Thor with that many banelings,
I think he would have lost that battle.
He might have been able to, yeah. Well, TY, nice fighting back here. Soulkey, well, you know, TY actually took the lead for a bit there, and then Soulkey fought back very nicely, had those 5 bases, was doing great harassment, had TY off his back. At the end of the day, TY with a nice comeback there, and GG takes game number 1.
What's the name of that pond again? Don Juan Pond?
That's Don Juan Pond.
He's Don Juan Pond salty right now.
Is he? Is that how salty he is?
Soulkey is, yeah, for sure. I think most people would assume Soulkey would be the one to move on. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that is.
Tell me that is not Don Juan Pond salty. Whoa,
it's
yeah.
a bit salty.
A lot of sodium here. You know what? Let's just get right to the chase. You know, a lot of people like salt, but it's not good for the heart.
But you need some amount of salt.
You need some amount of salt.
If you don't have enough salt, you actually die because you can't conduct electricity in your heart specifically.
Whoa, look at this guy trying to be a smart heart, man.
Yeah. Smart heart.
What a smart heart you are, man.
Yeah.
Yes, but too much salt and it kills.
That's right, but not enough and it kills.
Not enough and it kills. You have to have the right
Just
amount of
like
salt.
GSL.
Just like GSL. You know that story in the Bible where I forget what happened. They looked back at the city after they had to run away. They weren't supposed to turn into a pillar of salt.
What?
It's some story in the Bible. I don't know.
They turn into pillars of salt?
Someone turned
like
into
humans did?
Yeah, humans turned into a pillar of salt.
Huh.
That might be Soulkey. He might turn into a pillar of salt after this match.
That would be an issue.
That would be an issue.
What, you'd have to look back at Six City, though, to turn into a pillar of salt.
If he turns into a pillar of salt, you know what we're making for